Hey guys, it's Sam here and welcome back to the channel. Today is a back day, so it's going to be a full back workout, but it's also a gym tour, and it's the first gym tour that I'm doing out of London, so a little bit of a trip. I'm going to settle in the cafe to get loaded up, loads of food. If you just want the workout, just skip ahead, but I'm very excited about this. We're off to Peterborough, we're off to Definition Gym. It's one of the best I know of. I have visited it once. I'm very excited to do the workout there, try some new things on back, and then give you the full tour. This is where we're settling first though. I need a proper feeding. Yeah, so I can't be starting a road trip like this without a full breakfast. So I've got a full English breakfast coming for me and added a few extras, extra sausage, a bit of liver, which doesn't come as standard, so that'll be worth it. I get really nicely fed up for this training because a back day, I think, is probably the hardest after a leg day. I mean, I would try my hardest on all of them, as you've seen, but just those bigger muscle groups that you need heavier weight to deal with just ends up making it harder by default. So a leg day or a back day is always going to be, it's always going to be more taxing, like more recovery from it, you know. So depends what I find in there, how bad it's going to be, because I'm kind of keen to look at something new, take the opportunity to try some of the kit in there, because I've got some very unusual stuff. So definitely stick with it for the full tour at the end if you're a connoisseur of the different kit that's out there. Sort of relics have been salvaged and kept in this gym, you see. It's actually amazing that you can just go in and use this stuff, to be honest, because some of the kit in there, from visiting once before, I know it's quite rare and they don't make anymore. It's almost like antique furniture that you're allowed to just like go and sit on, except it's real kit that you're gonna go and haul weight on and crash around. So it is incredible. Actually, it is something I'm very grateful for, that I can just go and try all of this stuff. I know they've got stuff in there that you can't find anywhere else, and so it's going to be a good trip. I've been excited for this one in particular. And the one time that I went before, I didn't actually get to train, but the gym owner saw how enthusiastic I was and gave me an impromptu tour, so I know just how good it is. So the reason I was down there, I was in the bodybuilding contest, and this was 2022, and I was doing a contest in Peterborough, my hometown, PCA Saxon Classic. That's one of their toughest contests, PCA over here, Saxon Classic, and I was doing the bodybuilding, and I had to go to that gym the night before for the base coat tan, so I had a spray on. So I didn't train in Definition Gym, but I did stand in the corner with my cock in a sock. But yeah, I had the tour, the sort of preview tour, without getting to use the stuff. And yeah, these gym owners, like, they're doing great work, you know. That's why I want to showcase these gyms, because for a really serious gym owner that's kind of curated all the best kit, their setup there is their pride and joy, and I just want to sort of go and appreciate that, enjoy it, and pay tribute to that today, really. So we're in business. Look at this. It's arrived, and it is monstrous. I've got the toast on the go. I'll show you a little bit more close up. That one, full English breakfast, that is. As the waitress kindly came over, she placed it down and said, "Breakfast of Champions." Just imagine if she brought the actual Breakfast of Champions. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? That'd be fun. I suppose I better dig in. I've been looking forward to this. It should set me up real good for this training session. I figured some of the international audience here would appreciate the old red London buses going by as I have a full English breakfast, you know. Get a little gimmick going on. But it won't take too long here. I'm going to slot this down, then I'll be getting the train to Peterborough, getting straight in that gym. I think they've got one of the original Nautilus pullover machines. That I've got my eye on. It's one of those ones with a chain, you know, like in pretty sure it's like in the the Dorian Yates film, the Blood and Guts one. Possibly the most famous bodybuilding video, DVD or whatever. So that's on the wish list to try out today if they got that, if I'm not mistaken. But they got all sorts of stuff that looks to have been restored, and they've got loads of space in there. Curious what the free weights go up to. That's something that's really good about my local one's own, is that the dumbbells go up super heavy. That's why it's, attracted a lot of the best of the bodybuilding crowd to be at Zone here in Wood Green. There wasn't a huge amount of thinking that went into this meal really. It's just a case of me making sure that I'm eating enough on this journey to 300 pounds, and then throwing the liver in was just a kind of way of boosting the lean protein and micronutrient content of the whole shebang here. You know what you all need to be eating tomorrow, of course, it being pancake day. It's the protein pancakes. So I put a video up 2 days ago on Saturday showing you 3 different protein pancake methods. There's like the normal standard one, the low carb one, and then the lazy bro method one. They all work, but you need to watch those, find the easiest way, and see how I gained 20 pounds of solid mass from the anabolic bro cake. Just got to the end of that there, and that was easy enough. Last few mouthfuls, and I'll get on the tube. I just need to think of some music to get started, so it's in the phone cache from streaming, so I can get music all the way to KC St P. Sticking with the metal, keep me in the mood for training. I just need to Creator Extreme Aggression album with the Live in Berlin bonus this morning. That was classic stuff. So we'll cue something up for the journey, and we'll get on with our trip here. Here we go then. I'm quite excited for my day trip, and you'll have to let me know in the comments what you think of the place, and give us a like if you think I've trained hard enough, and definitely make sure you subscribe if you want to catch all of the gym tours and the best that London and the rest of the country has to offer, because I'm going to really focus on this series for the time being and finish off the getting to 300 pounds. You'll get to see all of that, and I'm going to keep covering every aspect of bodybuilding and keeping the channel growing. Basically just at King's Cross now. You can get to Peterborough from the King's Cross or the St Pancras side, but either way it's about 50 minutes. So if you're going to make the trip from London, North London bodybuilding crew, this is the route, and not too far. I'm going to get on the train now and see you the other side. That's it guys, nearly there. It's really not been too bad this journey, and this is actually my hometown, so it's quite nice to be back, quite nostalgic. I'm not expecting to see anyone I know in this gym because I haven't lived here for over 15 years, but nearly there. We'll see you at the gym. And we've made it for the first away game gym tour. It's Unit 10 on the Maxwell Road Industrial Estate, guys. It's not too hard to find, but you might have to go in between some of the different aisles of buildings here. So let's see what we find. So I'm just getting set up, and I absolutely love the layout of this place. They've got loads of the heavy GT cages like this, and they've got loads of other equipment in the other room, but we'll take the full tour at the end. I'm going to start with T-bar rows, the landmine T-bar row just here, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to explain some of the advantages and disadvantages of the T-bar row versus a barbell row. So with the barbell row that you do on a piece like this, it uses more of the stabilizing muscles and it's going to transfer across a little bit more to deadlift and bench press strength, as it's the same handle and balancing yourself a bit there. With the landmine, hand position's different, landmine T-bar row, and because you don't have to stabilize it as much because the other end of the bar is chopped in a corner, it works your back a little bit more in an isolated way. So it's notorious for creating thickness and density in the upper back, and I've really noticed that in the development of the lower parts of the trapezius. And while you get back development from the barbell row, the traditional one, you can lift a little bit more weight with this because of the other end being stabilized, so you can really like hammer that upper back. So that's what we're starting with today. Now, I had wanted to do 8 plates like last time on back, one of my back workout videos of this exercise, so I've gone from 7 plates to 8, but I can only get 7 on with these rubber weight plates, so I just have to hit for more reps with the 7 plates here. Set 1. Set 2. Just reading some of the rules here before my last set. That's a good job, and that's always the one. So I was thinking to leave it at 3 sets for this, so that I've got like more endurance left to get a greater variety of exercises, because I saw some unique pieces next door and I'd rather do like 4 or 5 exercises than blow it all out on this. So if I get 1 more on here, I'm still getting my breath back though. Always hard work, these ones. Right, last one here. Knackered from that. So it's really down this side, immediately to your left as you walk in, that you'd be training back with all the racks that they got here for those barbell rows. But something I forgot to mention, here's another advantage with the barbell rows: the different grips you can use, overhand, underhand. You can only really get that much variety with the T-bar row if it's on one of the machines for it, one of the setups where it's like either an ab support or a bar on the floor that's got the long T-bar on it. When it's the style that I've just done, kind of limited, but it does really focus it on the upper back there. So my back's already knackered. I feel like to keep going and show you everything that's good for back in here, it'll have to be something pull down next. So wave goodbye to She-Hulk here. I'm going to give you the bro's eye view as we walk through to the other room. Avoid all the leg stuff. All the nice pressing stuff. And this is where we came in. But the room over to the right, where you can come in. He really does get about a bit, doesn't he, old Arnold? Come through into this room here. And we'll settle in for something out of this selection for pull downs. So I was going to use something on that row, but I've just been advised that the Nautilus original pullover is hidden in this corner. So wanting to try this on fresh because I haven't used it before, and I don't normally fit in seated pullover machines. This should be great. But this is a little bit more of a focus on the lats than what we were doing before, which should be more the upper back, like the teres, the rhomboids, the trapezius. It's a little bit different focus now. So follow all the different exercises in all my workouts. You'll see there's a variety of angles that should hit all the specific muscles within a muscle group area. And today's no different, except that I'm making sure to prioritise the new stuff. I'm sorry to say that I've just had the biggest disappointment with this because I'm still a bit wide for the machine. It's brushing the pads on my lats and teres as I bring it down. So it's got this foot pad at the bottom, which brings all of this forward. And then you put your elbows on the pads and the hands here. But by the time these pads that my elbows are on get to here, it's squeezing and pushing on the sides of my back, so you'd have to squeeze it past there on every rep as pushing, squeeze myself through because you're meant to bring it down to here in the exercise. So it's just rubbing against me, it's no good unfortunately. So moving on, I've moved back to the pull down or similar kind of exercises row as intended, and thought I'd just take the opportunity to talk through some of them. This is one of my favourites, it's the hammer strength high row. I credit that for a lot of my back development. This, the Panata, is a similar kind of angle, but I haven't used it before, so this is going to be my choice. But just behind it here is the hammer strength isolateral wide pull down machine. So it's basically lat pull downs, but using sides separately, so any imbalances over weeks, months, years get ironed out, and I've been using that a lot lately, which you'll see in the earlier videos. But this is my choice today. It looks like one of the older Panata pieces, and it looks a similar angle to the hammer strength high row, one of my favourites, so I'll load up for this one. Just had a little tinker with it to get the seat all set up nicely. The seat actually stays fixed, it's just the knee pad that moves, so it's not the easiest to actually adjust how the weight is gonna move and your arms extend in relation to your body. But a similar angle to the hammer strength high row next to us. Just sort of less adjustable here, but I've just put 3 plates on each side for set 1 as I haven't used this before, and then we'll see where we go from there for remaining sets. Okay. Right, needs another plate each side, I feel. There we are. Thought I'd show you some of the characters in the background here while I load up for set 2. We'll have 4 plates each side. I think I can manage more than that, especially if it had been my first exercise, but I can get a good feeling in my lats how that went on the first set, so I think 4 plates aside would be adequate. Get my wrist wraps nicely set up. You get quicker and quicker at doing these, you see. But I always recommend them for back training. You're sick of hearing by now, I'm sure. Right, set 2, let's go. Oh, that felt a lot heavier putting on one extra plate each side. I managed one more set on here. After a little refreshment. I like the decor of this place. I'll show you all of the wall paintings when you walk around properly. They've got Mike Mensa over there. It's kind of cool seeing the flags from all around the world as well. Would this be a good spot for the thumbnail for this video? Perhaps. I don't know. I never decide what I'm doing with it until I edit them all. I'll have it out tonight, of course. Anyway, let's get set up for another set. Maybe this will be a better front cover, like this lady here. That's one of the bikini shots, isn't it? The teapot one. I don't know. I'll get on with the last set. There. Finish on a few nice partials there. Right, put my stuff away and move on. Look at this. They got Arnold's 6 rules of success. There it is. What about number 7? Milk is for babies. Right, walk this way. I'm reliably informed that the heavier of the cable rows is down in this corner. So we're going to take a look at that next. Now before I carry on with smashing up my back, I just want to draw your attention to these diagrams here. We've got framed on the wall the lovely illustrations from Frederick Delavier's books, which I've just been reviewing. So I reviewed Strength Training Anatomy, the 3rd edition, and just yesterday I put on a new type of review for his Workout 2, Frederick Delavier's Strength Training Anatomy Workout Volume 2, and that's what all these illustrations are from, and they are the best anatomy, muscle and exercise illustrations you're going to see. And I've just reviewed his book, but it's really nice to see them up there. I've been familiar with them for years, and that's a really nice touch, I think. Gave me an extra little rest, that, didn't it? Talking about my books and my channel and what's on there, but I'm getting back to work. I'm going to full stack it on this baby. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? I think that's going to be better like that with my long lanky legs. How cool is that? I've never seen that before. I will get on with this workout. Sorry. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop seeing all these different bits I haven't tried before that I don't normally get to use, as it's a gym further away from me. But yeah, this is looking heavy duty, this is. Right. Settle on. That is a piece of piss. That is easy. I think it's because we got that brutal Watson one at Zone, where it's been custom made to have more on the stack, that I come to these garden variety cable rows and all over it. I'll give it a shot of the back for set 2. I think it's only fair if I'm going to teach you training back that you see what the back's looking like. Right. Set 2. It's more like it. This sort of thing again is similar kind of difference as the T-bar to the barbell row, in that you don't really have to support yourself holding the weight, so it's a little bit more like focused on the back without using the supporting muscles so much as a barbell row. So I'd always say, like, foundation of strength and working whole body, especially if you're training like 2 or 3 times a week, you probably want barbell row in instead of the kind of rows that I've done today, because you'll be getting more bang for your buck in terms of working all the stabilizing muscles like your hamstrings, your abdominal muscles including the TBA, everything really, and more of a transfer of strength across, as I said. But I'm training a lot, so I can really focus it on back and probably get a little bit more out of everything with me training like 6 days a week if I do that. So it all depends on your experience and split and what weak points of the body you're looking at and all sorts. I like all these exercises though, so kind of keep all of them in the rotation a little bit. The last one. Wow, just seen the rings up here. Not a chance of me doing the crucifix on those, but maybe just the pose. They say that's why gymnasts have really good deltoids and biceps, don't they? I've always sort of admired a good physique in other athletes, and I remember when I used to watch like the Olympics as a kid, I was like more impressed with the physiques and the performance, and it's kind of always like that bodybuilding mindset has been there, that I find kind of the anatomy and form of the body kind of more interesting than what it does. And for me, what I can do with it is just a means to an end with the development. But definitely gymnastics, really interesting to watch, and still have a bit of calisthenics in my routine, especially for back with all the pull-ups really. So there's so much crossover between these different things for fitness. There's kind of a shame that sometimes they all kind of get siloed into different communities, because I enjoy watching some calisthenics channels, and I hope that in time my stuff would be of interest to something for someone else, even if it was just like the low carb and the nutrition crowd, you know? Anyway, doing a lot of yakking today. Need to train a bit harder now. I'm going to make this the last exercise for back now, guys. It's some kind of unilateral pull down by Life Fitness that I've never used before. So I just had a dabble with the knee pad height and the weight there. It'll be okay for a gentle set on 30 kilos each side. It's got the separate D handles on here, to make it a unilateral movement rather than just having the one bar like your usual pull downs. But yeah, we'll see how I get on with this. It's not what I'm accustomed to, but every day's a school day. Okay, we'll call that a very easy set, but at least it's getting variety and it's kind of an angle we haven't had before, because we've had kind of rowing that way, rowing that way, a pull down that way, and all that was missing really was a vertical pull. So, well, apart from the pull over, but that was a disaster again. Those machines are really something that can accommodate me. I'm going to try the full stack on here, as cavalier as that may sound for a machine I've never used before, but it's kind of the opportunity to give me a feel for how challenging it could be if I ever encounter it again, or what it has to offer. So I'm going to give it a whirl, but with these separate D handles it's a bit harder to get locked in on the old wrist straps, which are kind of my cheat code for pulling quite heavy, you know. So, okay, I don't edit out any of the sets. This is either going to be a win for me on the film, or a lot of laughs for you. Yeah, that's fine. That's all good, that is. That's, you know, maybe 7 or 8 clean reps and finish on some partials. I could do that again. Maybe throw in something novelty for biceps now they're warmed up, and while I've seen a couple of appealing pieces, and then we'll take the tour. Right, let's have it. That was okay. That was okay, that thing. I could use that again. But for that angle, kind of like traditional bodyweight pull-ups when I'm not so heavy. Or that hammer strength isolateral pull down that I chatted about briefly. That I could mix it up with occasionally today. It's okay. Anyway, I'll get my breath back so that I'm in a suitable state to give you the tour properly, because I'm very, very impressed with this place. And I'll definitely come back at some point and shout out to the owner, Ash, who's kindly allowed me to record and present this today. What a great gym you've got here. And definitely check it out if you're in the Peterborough area. And I'd say, you know, even if you're London or anywhere else, it's worth the day trip. I've had a great time, so just bear with me. I'll get my breath back and we'll take that tour. I almost forgot, before I leave, I'm going to do one exercise of biceps, because I'm almost certain that this piece is the bicep machine that they were using in Dorian Yates' Blood and Guts that I admire so much. So I'm just going to have a few sets on here, one arm each. It's the one that's on the chain. It feels really good. Yeah, it is interesting. It's a very different feel to ones that I've used elsewhere. They're that sort of angle, but it's kind of very old school, very rickety. Okay, set to each side again then. Oh, this is good. One more. A few false negatives on that for the weak arm. I'm just spontaneously finding as well that having the handle just on the bottom of my hand and my fingertips crushing in on it rather than gripping it is sort of shortening the grip that I've got on it, which is better with my long forearms. I'm getting more connection in the biceps from doing that. So I spontaneously realised that, and I'm going to see if I can do that on some of the other machine exercises elsewhere in future, because that really works for me. Now, I promise the workout is done. You thought we'd never get to it, but the workout is done and now we're taking the tour of this brilliant place. So I'm going to head back through here to the reception from where we came in and give you the tour as you see it from as you walk in. So you arrive just through this corridor to the reception on your left, and they do their day passes, but let's get the boring stuff out of the way, as I like to just get that done. There's your Stairmasters, there's your cardio. Right, that's that done. Now you can do the fun stuff, all the resistance gear. So as you come into the left, you've got what looks like a version of a V squat. Not sure the manufacturer here, I may see as I come round, but that looks very similar to usual V squat machines. As you come round to the left, you've got a proper squat rack like the powerlifters use with the hooks on it and everything there. A selection of barbells. You've got like the trap barbell. I'll just come in and show you this better. And then they've got the nice decor of the Incredible Hulk. Doesn't look like the Ferrigno version, but that looks really cool. I do love the decor with all the flags and the paintings. And you've got a little bench here, a step back, and you've got the rubber weights for banging up and down on the lifting platform. And as we walk through here, we see what looks like a hip thrust machine, seated calf raise, another kind of V squat or good morning. That's a Panata machine. I'm not too familiar with all the Panata range, but they've got a few pieces of it here. But they've got the hammer strength belt squat. I'm a big fan of the belt squat. You get lots of knee flexion in there and really hit the quads. We'll just sneak through here. Most of this we have seen. They've got matching hammer strength racks, you know, the ones that have got adjustable safety bars, and the bar at the top for the barbell, and the pull-up bars on the top. So you've got 4 of those all along this raised lifting platform here on the left. So I'll just show you all of that before we come back. Sort of zigzag through. You've got the chock for your ankles for doing sissy squats, and then that leads us out to the car park area that we'll swing round and see what's on the other side. You've got the hammer strength leg press. It's really nice for the hamstrings actually when you get the foot position just right. Then you've got the usual hammer strength diagonal sled leg press, heavy duty one. If we come through into the middle, we can see these machines a little bit better before we look at some of the pressing equipment that they've got here. I'll just turn back and show you the rest of that wall. We saw the walls earlier, didn't we? And all the flags up there. So they've got 2 of those, 2 leg presses, but this looks to be a different manufacturer. This piece next to the usual hammer strength one, that's Watson. Okay, so that's Watson, and it's got 2 separate parts of the platform for your separate parts of the leg. And then we've got what looks to be a hack squat here. Let's see who it's by. No, not sure who that's by, though. It looks like a very sturdy hack squat machine. I think it's Watson again, actually. And here we got the, what's it, the vertical leg press. Vertical leg press is really nice when you can tilt the platform and get more emphasis on the hamstrings again. It's by Maximum, this piece. So I'd love to try that. I think it'd be worth it on a leg day. And then these we did see from the other side, that belt squat and that hip thrust machine there. So if we just swing back round, we can see the rest of the room. We've got 1, 2, 3. No, not quite. I'm counting them wrong. Because you've got different angles. You've got the incline barbell press, a decline barbell press, a flat bench, another flat bench, the hammer strength horizontal press for machine 1, and then you've got what looks to be about 5 incline benches in front of the dumbbells. So I'm just going to stand back and keep out of people's way and describe from outside. Then you've got the free weights preacher curl bench, looks like the hammer strength one. I'm just going to try and see what the dumbbells go up to. It's always nice to know in every gym what they can take you up to. You've got a couple of other bits here. You've got the plate loaded fly. You've got just what looks like a seat there. I don't know what that is actually. I might just chill out and sit on it later. But, let's take a look at the dumbbells. I'm seeing 46. Let's see if we can zoom in without getting in people's way. Whatever we've got there. We're going to go up to probably 70. Stand by, I'll have a proper look. No, I couldn't tell you without getting in everyone's way, rustling about while they're trying to train there. So, you know, I've seen 46s, I've seen some bigger ones, so we're going to say at least 50 or 60, but I'm not going to get in people's way while they're training just to make these videos. Got to be sensible about these things. And you've got the plate loaded hammer strength decline press. I tend to prefer just weighted dips, and then they've got what's become a favourite of mine. This looks like the super incline that I've become very fond of. Yeah, that's the isolateral super incline press, plate loaded hammer strength. But I was hitting that on my pancake video. Make sure you see that for pancake day. Then coming through into the room on the right, we've got the fixed barbells as you walk in. Then you've got the wavy bar ones, and just beyond that is the cable row I was using. And then to the right, we've got another T-bar row, and a machine T-bar row they're calling it. That's Panata piece. Looks quite old. Could have been something I could have tried. And then round the side of it looks to be kind of built-in pec fly kind of machine. If I just swing around to have a proper look at that. Yeah, they're calling that back and deltoids, so you can sit in that to the front and do for delts with this apparently. But not a piece I'm familiar with, I have to admit. And I'm going to take the same approach to finding every piece of kit that we've got here. This is by Arsenal Strength. Not too familiar with their kit, but it looks to be a lying leg curl. Then we've got another cable row. We've got the Life Fitness dual adjustable pulley with the pull-up bars on the top. I'll just keep out of people's way. Next to that, we've got a Smith machine, which has got the slightly tilted diagonal frame there. Then in the corner, we've got a Life Fitness dual adjustable pulley. Someone's using for seated chest flies, good piece there. Then we've got the Nautilus pullover that had a go out, it's no good for me. We've got the Life Fitness lat pull down. Then we've got the Life Fitness row machine. We've got another lat pull down, also looks to be Life Fitness. And we've got the front pull down, that's very similar to the high row. It's hammer strength, but it's the one with the weight stack rather than plate loaded. And a similar machine next to it, another sort of high row. Then you've got the assisted dip and pull-up machine. I quite like those actually. This is the one where your knees go on it rather than your feet. Then we've got that Life Fitness pull down with the separate handles that I finished my back training on. Then we've got leg adduction by Arsenal. It's not a brand I've really used at all. Then we've got another set of cross cables by Life Fitness with the adjustable pulleys and pull-up bar in the middle. We'll just check all the stuff on the edge that we've got here. We've got a pec fly by Nautilus. We've got a machine preacher curl. This is by Paramount. We use some of their equipment in Bodyworks. Then we look to have another machine preacher curl. This one's by Gym 80, very heavy duty equipment. And I'm going to zigzag just to make sure that I don't miss anything. So coming back up that corridor that we've just come down, we've got a Life Fitness pec fly. This is the one that your elbows go into. Then we've got the weight stack, hammer strength, the MTS incline press. Again, I prefer their plate loaded gear like that super incline that we saw. We've got a combo Life Fitness pec and rear delt. Pec deck and rear delt fly. Yeah, very common, very useful isolation piece. Looks to be two of them are identical as a set. Should be handy. Then we've got Life Fitness chest press machine weight stack. Then we've got a Life Fitness fly. There's a seated one. I prefer the style of the pair that we've just gone past though. And that's both sides of that aisle. I'm just zigzagging the aisles just to make sure that we don't accidentally miss anything. So here we've got the seated leg press by Life Fitness as we go into the next aisle here. And I'll do one side then the other just to capture it all. Seated leg curl by Life Fitness. Leg extension, not sure if I think that's probably hammer strength actually, that one. Then we got the hammer strength one with the separate leg action. Life Fitness leg extension. Flex leg extension machine. The kneeling leg curl by Hammer Strength. With separate legs. It's kind of very similar to a standing leg curl, that kneeling one actually. And that's where we came up to the top of the other aisle and swing round and back down. This is the biceps machine, that really old one that I was finishing up on and wanted to try. That was really good actually. Something I would use again. Now this one looks to be like for triceps perhaps, maybe like a tricep extension, a bit like skull crushers, or it's kind of having pads a bit more like a pullover machine, but haven't got time to investigate that fully today. And some of these are facing the other way from the other aisle. Here we've got Guardian, Machine, Preacher Curl, Hammer Strength, Bicep Curl. So this would be a more modern iteration of the machine that I was doing biceps on, but I have to say that old one felt better to me anyway. Another machine, Preacher Curl. This one's by Life Fitness. We've got the Life Fitness tricep extensions, so you know that's a machine equivalent of doing skull crushers really. And that's that aisle. Let's come out the other side and swing round and make sure we get everything again. We have got the Hammer Strength lying leg curl, triceps press by Life Fitness, and actually most of that is the backs of the machine, so you probably wouldn't be walking through here, but here we are. Sorry about that. Our regular programming will resume in about 3 seconds. Bringing us through into this aisle where we've got the shoulder press. That's the Hammer Strength one with the separate weight stacks for each side and swinging round. It's all the stuff that I was describing before, those 3 back machines where you've got the Hammer Strength High Row, a similar machine by Panata, and then their isolateral pull down. And we've got a machine by Nitram that looks to be a shoulder press. Quite like to give that a go actually. Yeah, that looks useful, looks a little bit different. And now we've seen those, so okay, this area is shoulders basically, isn't it? So we've got the Hammer Strength machine plate loaded shoulder press. It looks to be the regular one rather than the one that mimics it behind the neck press. Yeah, that's the regular one. I've got someone using a machine lateral raises. Good exercise if you can find one that's good for your limb length there. Okay, this is like a plate loaded row machine. You know, it's not too dissimilar from doing a cable row, to be honest. Same with the isolateral row. Well, I swear they used to call these like a Rudin row, but you never see them labelled that anymore. The Rudin row, however you pronounce it. But yeah, there's so many different ways of rowing. You've got to just find like what suits you best. Then we've got an Arsenal lateral raise machine handheld. I feel like I'd probably get on better with that than the ones that the elbow pads go under. We've got another Hammer Strength plate loaded row. We've got the multi-fly by Panata. There's all sorts of things you can do with that I haven't actually even used before, I have to admit. Viking press and calf by Panata. Again, not too familiar with their range, but you know, there it is. Perhaps someone can enlighten me. I think the Viking press is more or less an overhead press standing up, is it not? Sort of an overhead press that's a little bit like an incline bench kind of angle. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, maybe someone can tell me in the comments, but there it is. There it is if you know what it is. And I have seen the little outside area, so if we just scoot through where we've been, keeping out of people's way, you'll see everything that we've got out there with a bro's eye view. So you just come out the back here. I hope it's not more cardio. Oh, it's going to be bloody cardio, isn't it? Yeah, oh god. That's an anticlimax. It's a rim's half cardio. Well, there's one or two bits, isn't there? The Life Fitness glutes. Oh no. It's one disappointment after the next. After all the good stuff, I wanted to finish on a high, not a load of glutey, booty, poop shooty and cardio and what have you. Okay, let's save it. The seated calf. Yeah, I could roll with that. I could roll with the Nautilus seated calf. And we've got more leg extension. We've got another mystery piece here. We've got old Batman in the corner. I don't know what he's doing there. And then we've got a bunch of plates, rowing machines, treadmills, you know, those sort of things that I don't know what the name of, but there's something cardio, more bikes, a seated area, and who's this man here? Hang on, this is a good spot, isn't it? This is where you secretly come to pose, isn't it? I'll just impromptu do it. I'll just do it right here and now. Hang on. So this is where you come to have a little flex there, and a few pull-ups and cross cable stuff. Oh, it's back day. I should probably hit a lat more, isn't it? I need to practice my posing, get the angles right. It's how much you lean back. That's leaning back. This is leaning forwards. I hit my back pretty hard today, I think I can say. It was a decent workout. Anyway, that's that. That was unplanned. That was unplanned, but I feel like I got away with that. And that's the cable set there. And then they have got an outside area that like I thought they had. You've got some kind of back hyperextension thing. And then, I hope I'm not breaking the rules going out here. Maybe I'll just describe it from here. Yeah, they put some kind of rope on the door, so I think this is just the... Yeah, I think this is just like the graveyard where... This is the graveyard where busted machines like go to die, so we'll leave that. So, actually, I've just seen the doors open this side, but I don't want to get in trouble, so it's got all the cones around it, I don't want to get in trouble. So that brings us to the end of today's tour, and you know, I'm really impressed. I knew I would be because I had been through here before on that day before my competition, and they've got so much kit here, haven't they? They've got duplicates of some of the most important things, and then with certain things on the machine, they've got like that machine by 2 or 3 different manufacturers. So if you like a particular machine by a particular brand, you know, you're probably going to find it here. You're going to get the exact version of that exercise that you prefer if you come in here. And yeah, what a collection. I think the only thing I was disappointed with, it's not the fault of the gym at all, it's just that Nautilus pullover. You know, that really old school one. I was hoping just to get the feel on that, and you know, it just like completely hits the sides on the lats with the elbow pads that come through. So it's another pullover that I can't use. So that was the only thing. But you know, that's not their fault here. They've got a great collection here, and that's just me and pullover machines. But what compensated for that was that bicep machine with the chain. It's like a, you know, it's like a, you know, if a bicycle was a transformer and made itself into a bicep blaster, had a really good go on that. So that made up for it, and I didn't even know that was here. So that was awesome, and I think that had quite a good lift. I certainly like the environment in here. I like the decor. I like the flags that they've got everywhere. They've got flags from all around the world, and I'm just looking over to my left, and I can see a poster of muscletalk.co.uk. It's a really old forum that I used to go on. That and UK Muscle, years and years and years ago. But they've got a poster of that up here. They've got all those rules, like Arnold's rules of success on the wall, and yeah, I really like the feel. It's gritty. It's well equipped. They've got all the serious stuff, and I didn't remember that they had so much stuff for legs. I think like stuff like the different options on leg press, the belt squat, the vertical leg press. You know, I think I could have an amazing session on any body part on here, really. So yeah, it's gonna have to be a return. That was a good session on back, trying some different things. I feel like in future with the rubber plates and stuff, and not being able to use 8 plates on the T-bar row, I think in future I would use one of the racks and start on a barbell row or something else. get back into deadlifting with all the lifting platforms they've got here. I think that's what I'd do differently if I came back here and did back again. But I think I'm particularly keen to try legs here with all the kind of V-squat machines by different manufacturers, that vertical leg press, a hack squat that was a different one to what I've tried before. I think I could cripple myself in here basically. So yeah, brilliant gym, and it is in my hometown, which is rather convenient for me when I'm seeing family and not in London. So that about wraps it up. The owner has just come in. I'll see if he's up for a chat, but after that it's just more food. So I moved it on to Five Guys straight away because I got very hungry there. Now, on a full day out, I would have done the meal prep, but you saw in the full day of eating video exactly what that would be. That would be the air fryer with a kilo of chicken and half a kilo uncooked white rice in the rice cooker, and then excuse me, assemble it all and take it out. But I can sort of overdo it with the food because I find it easier on the cutting down end. So for me, I can err on the side of overeating at this point, which is very lovely sometimes, like now. And then just bring it in later. But that's another gym tour for you. I was just reflecting on that and thinking, actually in some exercises there's certain gyms that are better for me because of what the weights go up to. I sort of feel like a lot of machines, if I'm just yanking on it, I've exhausted what it has, or that whole situation with the rubber plates and the T-bar row back there that, you know, for upper body for certain things, I want the dumbbells to go up high. For things like shrugs and rows and soon to be the presses, I need them to go up higher than what they have most places, even in a proper gym. And then that whole situation with the rubber weights and T-bar, I'm going to need it like the iron weights. So there's that, and then problems with certain machines. So I'm very happy that there's always something that can accommodate what I need to do. And today was no different, but I did make those observations. I expect I'll be back in somewhere like Bodyworks tomorrow. I think I'll be training shoulders, but I'll be starting the day off tomorrow with the anabolic bro cake featured in the pancake episode. So get on it with the pancake episode from Saturday for all your protein pancake needs. I promise you the best one is extremely easy to make. You don't even really have to make the mix yourself. Shake it up in a protein shaker and get it cooking. Well, I built up quite an appetite from that workout, even though it wasn't so much. I felt like I'd want to have done more on biceps because I never do just one exercise for a muscle group, even a little one like that. So I was itching to carry on with biceps, but in the interests of getting the gym tour done in time and getting the episode out there, I left that alone and just got to try that machine, thankfully. I've gone for the double cheeseburger, obviously. Double cheeseburger, the chocolate milkshake, and then the small fries, because with the Five Guys fries, if it's small, they just overload it and spill all out the bag anyway, so might as well just pay for the small. Anyway, I'm going to make some headway with this, and then I'll get back on and join you in a moment to go through some of your comments and questions that come up. Thanks for those. If you do have comments and questions, drop them below and I'll get onto them either there and then, or if it's more in depth, then to pick up in a future video. And that's what we're going to pick up on once I finish my dinner. Hey guys, I just got back to the protein palace, so it's time for the next feeding. So while I sort myself out here, I thought I'd wrap up the video and tackle some of the comments that have come in. So I picked up a few when I was out and about filming the last couple of days, like the stuff all ready for tomorrow, one of the other videos, And yeah, some really good comments, so thanks for that. And if you do want yours potentially tackled in an upcoming video, just pop it in below for today or any of the other videos, and I do read them all and respond. But the longer ones potentially on video, because we've got a couple of interesting ones. We've got one about nutrition, which was, well, you wrote it out detailed, but it's not really representative of what you're doing generally, because you called it a cheat day. So this one was from Harvey from a couple of days ago. He's saying about calories and enough to bulk. First thing I'd say is look at the Bulking Diet Explained video that I put up about 3 weeks ago. You've estimated it, and then I asked what you had for a whole day, and it was a cheat day, and it's a brownie, a lemon drizzle cake, hot chocolate, a hot dog, popcorn, roast dinner, chocolate milk and protein, 2 waffles. So yeah, it's going to be more use if you give me a representative day. Really, I know I have had a couple of cheats today, but for me, the challenge is more getting enough, and I'm a bit further on and a little bit assisted with everything. So if you're a little bit more beginner, I'd say here, the only real bodybuilding food here is the roast dinner. So I would basically say you don't have to do it by calories. You're probably going to not be able to eat quite enough if you're newer to this. Say go for, 200 grams of protein from eggs, work it out with a calculator. Work it out with a calculator for a total for a day of like 200 grams protein, say, and get that from eggs, chicken breast or beef mince will be fairly economical. And then, pack in the carbs from basically starches, most useful for bodybuilding. So you're talking rice, potato, sweet potato, that kind of thing. And basically, you'll know whether it's working or not if you eat pretty much the same each day, and you track your weight and your measurements and your skin folds. So I explained all of that in another video on the measuring protocols revealed. That was about a month ago. You could take a look at that one. Obviously, you'll have to get in touch privately if you want individual help with this, but there's definitely enough on the channel to do all this yourself, enough information. So check out those 2 videos. And if you want to get really technical with it because you really buy into the calories thing, just Google basal metabolic rate and Google activity multiplier and put your stats in, work it out, and then get another calculator to set the foods that I just described into the numbers that BMR and the activity multiplier have pumped out for you. I hope that makes sense, but I feel like it's going to get more individualized, and I'd have to know more from you to sort of steer it, to give you anything more targeted and less broad than that. But those would be more bodybuilding foods that are cheaper and easy to do, and I would go from there. So that would be my thoughts on that. And then another question was around, I'm just getting my meal ready together because I'm thinking I need to catch up a little bit. What I'm doing here is basically having things that are going to get digested a little bit quicker, so I'm ready for the next meal after that even quicker, and basically catch up into this evening while I do my work. But I can manage it a little bit more on the fly in situations like this from experience and what works for me. So I'll just measure out my cream of rice, that goes down easily. There's someone commented on the video about the Delavier book review, right? So you're asking if I'll review like gear as well. So I'm going to assume you don't mean like the gym gear equipment, the gear is in the kit in the gym. 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. Because that's in all of my gym tour videos anyway, giving you like a look at all of the equipment in there and a thought. So I assume you mean like the kind of the magic beans and the nectar and all that sort of thing. And I'll say, like, firstly, you know, this is YouTube. What I'm going to say to you is don't do anything illegal in your country. Don't do anything medical-esque without your doctor telling you to do it. This is all just information and trivia on bodybuilding, and I'm sure you understand that. But in the context of that, yes, I will be talking about all aspects of bodybuilding. I've already mentioned a couple of things, and obviously I did the Llewellyn's book review that you referenced there. So yeah, it's all in scope, and I will tackle individual kind of compounds as part of videos coming up. So it'll be like a chat like this after a workout and stuff, and I'll cover all of that for just your trivia, really, just you wanting to, you know, understand things on an academic level. We can certainly talk about the old magic beans and the nectar and all that kind of thing. So yeah, that's all coming up. I just thought I'd make that a little bit more clear, put it in the video like that. This is going to make a racket, you know. And then the last one that I want to address is really a thank you. It's a thank you to Todd for his positive comments on that review there. It means a lot to me that you see the value in these videos. I'm trying to be as helpful as I possibly can be. I'm trying to be as all-encompassing as I possibly can be, and mix up the format on the things that are going to be a drier kind of topic, like a book, and sort of bring it to life. So that's what I did there. I'm really glad that you appreciate that, Todd. So thanks for your comments. And this is how quick a meal prep is around here. Just throw a couple of fish in an air fryer, throw a load of water in a kettle for cream of rice, don't have to monitor any of it, and then just throw it all together. And then about 90 minutes after that, I'll probably be ready to eat again, and then I'll be back on track for the day, because that's more of a challenge than the workouts in my little position with trying to, you know, bulk it up to 300 pounds. And I just hope that whatever point you're at, you find something useful in my information to assist. I mean, you wouldn't believe this, the state you've seen me in so far, but I find it very easy to get shredded, and can offer all sorts of ideas on that too. So if you look up anything low carb on my channel, that'll be on it. But tomorrow is Pancake Day. It's also Valentine's Day. Should probably do something for that. And yeah, a lot of love to you all. I'll be checking in to work out again. Probably won't be a gym tour, but I'll be training hard, and can't wait to get on this. Can't wait to get on it again, probably shoulders. So thanks for your questions. Catch you soon. Cheers.